This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Monica Dean. Let's get right into your top local stories. More than a dozen public bathrooms are now closed in Mission Bay as part of the city of San Diego's ongoing effort to address the budget deficit. This comes after Mayor Todd Gloria suggested closing 38 city-run restrooms in his budget proposal. The independent budget analyst reported it could save millions, but as some visitors told us this morning, NBC7's Dana Williams says, is it worth it?
Yeah, if you're heading to Mission Bay, you may be in for a bit of a rude awakening, especially when it comes to those bathroom breaks. Just this week, city workers tell me these signs have gone up.
Just heard it was closed. I came to confirm.
Nancy Alvarez says this spot, Ski Beach, is where her family gets together every single year for their annual reunion. She says it is a lot of people of all ages, and they choose this spot specifically for the easy access to the restroom.
I was gonna just walk to see how long it would take for like my older uncles and aunts to walk, and that's a pretty far walk. So we're trying to figure it out.
For now, they'll have to go down the way to Ski Beach South, one of the bathrooms that now remains open.
It's a couple of them, but it's really busy, and it's women and men. Like it's just gonna be lines and lines.
The city of San Diego has this map on their website showing the new red dots are closed restrooms and the green ones mean they're open. As of now, there are 13 that are closed, including popular areas like Ski Beach and Crown Point. But these aren't the only bathrooms at risk. The office of the independent budget analyst, when advising the next fiscal year's spending and saving, said the city could save more than $500,000 by closing these 13 Mission Bay bathrooms, another nearly $20,000 by closing some on Fiesta Island, and even more by closing bathrooms in La Jolla and downtown.
We pay our taxes, and this is what we're gonna get like after everything. Yeah, it's not fair.
And she wasn't the only one who was out this morning and thought that.
I think it would be sad. I imagine for folks who drive here and bring their families here, it might be a little difficult for them to enjoy.
The mayor and city council members addressed frustrations more than once throughout this year's budget talks, and they said from the jump, hard decisions would need to be made. And maybe you're out here and you want to see those graphics again for yourself or an updated version. This is where I got those from. Point your phone, scan that QR code, and you can get the updated information. From Mission Bay, though, I'm Dana Williams, NBC7.
A former San Diego County Sheriff's deputy will spend nearly 5 years in federal prison. Last December, former Deputy Jeremiah Flores was found guilty of using excessive force on a pretrial detainee, then lying in his report to cover it up. The detainee was shackled at the legs and his hands were chained to his waist. Prosecutors say Flores slammed the detainee's head into the wall, leading to a fractured spinal column, and did not provide medical aid. As a result of his conviction, Flores was fired by the Sheriff's Department and can never work as a law enforcement officer at any level. No update was given on the detainee who was assaulted. In the South Bay, we are learning Chula Vista police used pepper balls to disperse a crowd of soccer fans on 3rd Avenue near F Street. It happened after Mexico's World Cup loss to England on Sunday. Witnesses say about 200 people formed a crowd. Some threw bottles, launched fireworks into the air and directly at people, and a few people damaged a police vehicle, and that's when Chula Vista's police took action.
Let people celebrate. Let's all work together with business, with the city, with the police department, and obviously we ask the people to behave yourself.
Police say no one was hit directly by the chemical pellets. The impact of the street caused the release of chemical irritants, causing the crowd to disperse. Chief Meteorologist Sheena Parveen joins us now with a look at your forecast. Hi, Sheena.
Hi there. As we head through the afternoon, it is going to be hot. Still feeling a little humid, a little hotter than yesterday. For the inland valleys, we'll be near 90, the coast near 80, mountains, a heat advisory, mid-90s. Deserts will be anywhere from about 113 to possibly 117 with an extreme heat warning. It's going to be like this again tomorrow. So if you're out in the heat, make sure you're hydrating before and during any outdoor activities, but you really want to avoid the peak heat hours through the afternoon. Make sure the pets have fresh water and shade. Never leave the kids or the pets in a hot car. We'll take a look at your 10-day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Sheena. Why did the Department of Homeland Security buy the detention center in Otay Mesa? The agency's response to our question. And a local city just made it to the top of a new list, citing credit card debt. Why the research shows this may be a good thing for people who live next to there next.
We are rolling. Your left, I'm sorry.
Let's do this.
Where do you get your information from?
Well, definitely start with the local news.
The reason why I love listening to local news like NBC, they give the facts.
California families could feel
They have a genuine interest, first as people and second as a news team.
Because this is their community too.
Sometimes the news isn't always fun. Bringing it to us every day in good and bad times is something that we rely on.
Nice to have you with us.
This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Monica Dean. Welcome back. There are still questions about the sale of the Otay Mesa Detention Center. Core Civic announced to shareholders earlier in the week that the federal government purchased the center along with the California City Detention Facility last week for $1.5 billion, a price that Congressman Juan Vargas says is a lot. But a commercial real estate attorney we spoke with says it's hard to assess that value because the sale of a detention center is just not something you see every day. Core Civic said both facilities were independently appraised to determine fair market value.
So if there's ever a Freedom of Information Act request or litigation or a congressional investigation, those appraisals are going to be very valuable.
The biggest question is, why did the Department of Homeland Security make the purchase to begin with? The agency said in a statement, California's sanctuary politicians continue to push legislation to outlaw or make private prisons financially infeasible. Now, with federal ownership, ICE retains the detention capacity needed to arrest, detain, and remove illegal aliens. Congressman Mike Levin noted on social media that President Trump's financial disclosure shows he owns Core Civic stock, and Core Civic, which donated to President Trump's inauguration, says ICE will continue to pay the company to run both facilities. NBC7's Shelby Bremer did an in-depth report with reaction from lawmakers. You can find that on NBC7.com. There's still no word on what caused that fire at an Imperial Beach apartment complex and whether it was set intentionally. And investigators are still looking for a person of interest. We brought you that story as breaking news yesterday morning. Neighbors report hearing a boom overnight and then flame just coming from the camper's shell on the back of a white pickup that was parked outside. The fire spread to the 4-unit building, trapping people living upstairs. 3 people were rescued. 7 people are displaced from their apartments. Chula Vista scored as one of the highest cities for credit card debt. According to a new study, Wallet Hub found Chula Vista ranked second on a list of nearly 200 cities with high credit card balances, with more than $20,000 in debt per household. That's compared to the Santa Clarita, who is at the top of the list with more than $23,000. Wallet Hub found Chula Vista is a wealthy city where people can manage high spending. They paid off the 8-month household debt in the first quarter of the year. Overall, Americans owe roughly $1.35 trillion in credit card debt. San Diego is officially the latest city to put new restrictions on kids riding e-bikes. As part of a continuing effort to keep them safe, the city council approved new rules which will take effect in 30 days. Now, children younger than 12 will be barred from riding e-bikes, and passengers will not be allowed on e-bikes that are not designed to carry them. After the 30-day outreach period, there will be a 60-day warning period before any citations are issued. We will have a look at your weather forecast, and it's heating up right after the break.
On January 22nd, I got a phone call from my daughter.
Rolling.
All right. She said, "Mom, the water's already waist high." And we were all scrambling.
There's been 2 wildfires that have come through. We were able to watch NBC7, and we knew that as long as they were there, we were going to be okay.
We're going to be here. We're going to keep an eye on things.
Because of you guys, they acted.
This is the source of all of this neighborhood's problems.
Everything can be so unpredictable, and we rely on this coverage.
And that's a tornado warning.
Hi there, I'm NBC7 meteorologist Sheena Parveen. It's going to be a little bit hotter this afternoon. The mountains are under a heat advisory. The desert's extreme heat warning. This is going to go through tomorrow. So if you're in those areas, that's where it's going to be the hottest. But the coast and inland valleys, they're still going to be a little bit hotter than yesterday. The coast near 80 today and tomorrow. Inland valleys near 90. Temperatures will trend down a little bit over the weekend. It's going to feel humid. We will see more clouds. And then next week, we're going to be heating up more. Mountains and deserts, very hot today and tomorrow.
All right, thank you. More coverage you count on at NBC7.com. Thanks for watching.